Oh, we love Will Wood. Oh, yes. He don't know it yet. Well, he collapsed with Stevens-Johnson syndrome on the ER floor, panic attacked, anaphylactic, and ataxic. But the way he spun his butterfly Restosics his phalanges, Roman candles at both ends of his synapses. And the method in which he recycled his humorous Trojan horsed his blood-brain barrier and raised the LD-50, yes, yes. And through fight or flight revelation, shamed the Blackbox warrior. He skipped this town and headed straight down history. Shields himself from reason in a Kevlar baby blue tuxedo, quilted from the finest fibers, flesh and fiberglass and flowers. He go a mosquito, evil incognito, pops placebos for libido, screaming bless the torpedoes. For what? For what? For what it's worth. If it was going to kill you, boy, it would have by now. For what? For what? For what it's worth. There's no more looking back, it's looking up or looking down. Well, he was wearing stolen rubber shoes and wrapped a poison ivy noose around his lotus jugular when they came. Well, they found him with a map to every victim of his love and a tattoo of a blue jay on his face. And they waited for his vital signs to lie and let a fat line cry of him in a Hungarian harmonic. But he cocked his noggin through his stoma, sang for old lang syne. Happy birthday to the succulents, I'll die of hydroponics. His ribcage was a hornet's nest, his palpitations set the beat. His vagus nerves, the Turks had not an axle hitch, a carrot pen. He wondered if Christ consciousness would charge his cancellation fee of Wiedersehen. Au revoir! He gripped his wits right by the ends. For what? For what? For what it's worth. If it was going to kill you, boy, it would have by now. For what? For what? For what it's worth. There's no more looking back, it's looking up or looking down. Hello, welcome. Why don't you take a seat, get comfortable, relax, take a second if you need to. Now what's bothering you? Well, why don't we start at the beginning? Growing up, how was your relationship with the fundamentals of conscious existence? Did you have xenon orchid sinews spilling down the outer center of your blooming Mandelbrot head? How about claustrophobic tendrils clasping caskets closed on seven-knuckled thumbs? Did you get along well with your Gideon bugler pineal glands, your projector eyes casting sci-fi on your STR chance? Tell me about your nerves of steel from under Bacchus' bloody nose. Did you be in Himbus tie-dye your ears pierced with a Phineas Gage flagpole? Did you die before your day? Thursday traction, Tuesday titration. My hope is to assess through my objective report of your subjective conjecture whether this proprietary blend of expertise and seasoning works as well as this transorbital ice pick. Holistic ballistics, you got a better idea? It's about the best we can come up with. What do you think, ideas spread because they're good? No! They spread because the people like them. So here we are once again, holding as it were a mirror up to your mirror. I guess that's just something people do. A bloody knife to split your infrastructure, wind and rev your motor function, coital machinations of the dead. Will you mainline your animus, karate chop your abacus, and learn to be an animal instead? But I never did think you better than this. Your modus operandi causes Nazi scoptism and suicide. Why to lie on self be true when it is you who are all the problem? Not the things you do, but something sick inside. Lithium and dialectics, boy, you really is defective. CBT don't seem effective. For that cluster B, accept it. Offer up your innocence, and please ignore the side effects. You've lost your mind and almost lost your life. But for it, you'll be fine. For what? For what? For what it's worth. If it was going to kill you, boy, it would have by now. For what? For what? For what it's worth. There's no more looking back, and why would you want to look back? I mean, there's no good looking back, so try to look forward now. For what? For what? For what it's worth. If they were going to get you, boy, they would have by now. For what? For what? For what it's worth. There's no more looking back, it's looking up or looking down. My heart. My fucking heart.